Anyone miss Biden yet? Some people saying Biden and Trump are equally bad. Remember that a couple months ago before the election? That argument by some. Well, the MAGA podcast trolls telling everyone how to be masculine? Nah, probably not them. They probably don't miss Biden, obviously. Not the weak, scared, basement-dwelling loser like Benny Thompson informing us just the other day that we shouldn't care about going broke. It's money, losing money, what is it, really? Meanwhile, this orc tried to scare you by telling you and us that we'll all be slaves if Kamala wins. Right before the election, about this whole tweet, this whole thing about how, collapse, economy, we're all going to be slaves, ruined, broke. But when it's the MAGA cult people, the only thing they have is fear, right? Now that it's MAGA cult people, defends it. Who cares about going broke? When it's not MAGA, when it's Kamala, then it's like, you're going to be a slave, right? They just have fear. You're going to be broke. You're going to be ruined. Fear, fear, fear. Don't even get me started on the circus goblin, Jesse Waters. We have billionaires who have 10 yachts, so out of touch, yet middle-class Americans who voted for Trump are down with this? What? Kids dying of measles now, businesses going bankrupt, doctors and teachers being fired, veterans being forgotten, Trump firing a 4-star general in command of U.S. cybersecurity the other day. The cybersecurity and election interference personnel are being let go. Reports today that perhaps up to 10,000 U.S. troops stationed in Europe could leave. I mean, all of this just benefits Putin, right? And it's time that we just start constantly saying in the media, constantly, almost just like ridiculing him, trolling him. He hates it being made fun of constantly about how Trump and his cult, they're just Russian agents, right? These loser podcast bros, you see, remember how they're all just pumping Russian disinformation. We find out that the Russian intelligence services and bot farms are like paying some of these dudes. Just pathetic. So un-American. Tariffs on Europe, Putin loves it. Weakening NATO, Putin loves it. Getting rid of generals monitoring Russia, election interference here, Putin loves it. Yada, yada, yada. Nonetheless, everyone should be really focused on getting those independents who sat the 2024 election out. I know a decent amount myself, and Republicans who, for whatever possible reason, were fooled voting for Trump to get back, somehow to find the way again. Obviously not the MAGA cult people, they're out. And we show during these protests that on Saturday happened in every state throughout the country, and hopefully they relentlessly continue, that we make the anti-Trump and anti-billionaire tent as big as possible. The more pro-America, pro-freedom, pro-constitution, pro-human being this can be, the more effective. And then we combine this with having officials and podcasts, conduct interviews and town halls in Republican districts, more of what Bernie and AOC did in Colorado and Arizona the other month, more of what Tim Walz did yesterday on Monday, I believe, when he went to a Republican representative's district who would not hold a town hall. He went there and he had a town hall in the district, showing the voters, telling them, informing them what's going on, letting them air their grievances. More of that is very, very effective. And then on top of that, we start showing more stories of true human stories of, the doctors that are fired, or the teachers, or the veterans that are let go. I mean, we can go on and on. A lot of people forget about what is really happening behind the grinds of government day to day. They've just been fooled by these loser podcast bros that it's all deep state. It's all, it's all waste. There's no proof. They don't show anything. We got 31-year-old Laura Loomer who comes in and telling Trump to fire all these 4-star generals that have served decades, the American people, those flag-waving, quote-unquote, fake quote patriots at MAGA rallies, defending them and all of us for decades. You get some 31-year-old, probably got some little little call or something from a Russian, and was probably told to go in there and tell him that. Who knows? I mean, wouldn't surprise me. Would it surprise you? I mean, this guy was monitoring cybersecurity, monitoring Russian movements. Gets rid of him. Why? this other Russian agent, Laura Loomer, comes in there and tells us this is what we're doing. We get billionaires cutting jobs. We get 31-year-olds coming in and telling us to fire as generals. That's the American flag waving? I don't think so. So we just constantly highlight these stories, let the people air their grievances, make it pro-America, pro-Constitution, just, pro-human being. There are way more of us than them. They only have fear. If we continue to band together, we can even team up with the European protests that are going on, make it a truly global movement. It will form a community. It will make us, feel like we're all in it together. It will sense of camaraderie and the sense of patriotism can come back. They stole it from us. They stole the flag. They stole patriotism. They stole what masculine is, and it's time that we take that back. This is 1776, not January 6th.